What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for that. Some guy decided to go on his bike and just pop wheelies or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But for today's Yu-Gi-Oh news video, it is all about the last of the cards in Dimension Force and the Power Pros X Yu-Gi-Oh collab cards have been revealed. So let's talk about the last of the cards in Dimension Force. There's quite a few, but I have to admit, this set, not the best. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't think this set is gonna be as meta defying as Battle of Chaos, because with Battle of Chaos we have cards for Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, and just several other archetypes that I honestly did not think we would ever get support for. You know, so I must admit this set's kind of interesting. But I will admit, pretty unique. It's a pretty unique set. As the name suggests, it focuses mostly on the pendulum decks. So I'm assuming that in the next set we might get support for I don't know, maybe some new Red Eye support. I don't know. I know that the historic archive collection is getting some Red Eye support, and I know that we have a new V-Jump Red Eyes card, which I will be talking about possibly Saturday. I think Saturday I might talk about it, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. But we also have as well some Materiactor support, kind of. I don't know. But that being said, let's get straight into it. And hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys do enjoy, you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos in the future, which get posted every Tuesday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links will be in the description below. And if you guys want to send me fan mail, you guys want to see me open up the mail on the channel, the address will be in the description. Make sure you guys send in that fan mail. And let's get straight into it. First up, we have Materiactor Annulus, I believe is how it's pronounced. And it says that you can only activate it once per turn. Detach one Xyz material from a card you control. Then if that detached material was sent to your grave, you can set it to your field. And there's a note here that says Annulus is basically Latin for ring, or little ring, basically. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it does give you some more. It does give you tempo for some back row plays, especially if it was like a Time Thief. You know, if Time Thief Redoer had a good amount of materials, and one of the materials you detached was a back row, you can definitely set that back row to your field, even if it was your opponent's, which would give you more, which again would give you tempo to just completely wipe out your opponent completely. So it's not too bad of a card. Next up we have Secretory Musamaru, and I'm actually gonna look up that name, look up the term. Let us take a look. Let's see, Secretory. No, I don't want that. Thank you. Musamaru. Well, apparently the name Secretory doesn't mean anything, but Musamaru means undyed. which is kind of a crazy one. What does the note say? This card is a play on Secretory, a sumo wrestler rank, while reading as something akin to musical chairs. Its second name is Sugoroku, a dice game in Japan, plus Maru, a general name suffix. Bent into Muso, which sounds like the invincible, the unchallenged. Chicken is Tori. Her. Okay, I have to admit that last part was funny. That last part was hella funny. That was hella funny. But still, not too bad. But Secretory Musamaru is a rank 6 fire machine exceeds with 600 attack and 3,000 defense and requires 2 level 6 monsters. So it's pretty generic for the most part. But its effect reads, at the start of your opponent's battle phase, activate this effect. Roll a 6-sided die. Assign the next 6 main monster zones on either field from their perspective from the perspective of this card that is in a main monster zone. In a number from 1 to 6 clockwise, and move this card into the zone assigned the number of the die roll result. If there is a monster in a zone this card is about to move into, attach it to this card's material. If it's an exceeds monster, transfer its materials to this card as well. If this card has more than 6 materials attached this way, the player who activates this effect wins the duel. If this card cannot move into a zone, or if there is a monster in a zone it is about to move into and cannot attach that monster as material, send this card to the graveyard. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, that was a very confusing effect. So basically, what this does is you move this card clockwise, and any monsters that are in the zone that's about to move to gets attached to this card as material. Not only would this be perfect for, not only does this basically say fuck you, as in you win the duel, but if it gets negated, if the attachment gets negated and you have a pretty good amount, depending on the circumstance, you could go into Zeus with this card, but I don't think so. This is basically like the ultimate win condition. This is gonna be, I truly believe this card is gonna be the newest. I would probably estimate that I would predict this is gonna be the new VFD. There, I said it. This card will be the new VFD, which is going to be stupid. Now the way, so apparently the way, so the way it works is this. So they've actually added in some examples. Okay, so here's your, actually, I will actually use one of my, I'll actually use this as an example, because I actually have this. This is the game mat that was from Dual Power. So, let's say for example, so to show off the board, so it would basically go like this. It might be a bit tricky. I'll also go like this, just so you guys have an idea. It would go basically like this. Clockwise, like that, and as the effect suggested, if it has 6 or more, you automatically win. So if your opponent has a card like, say, Zeus, and it has about 4 materials, you're basically gonna win the duel right off the bat. I'm actually tempted to buy another box of Dual Power, because Dual Power was actually really good. Like, really, really good. I don't know. But, yeah, basically that's that's basically it, to be honest. So I mean it's not too bad. It helps you win. It's kind of like a win condition, but but the only downside is that there's gonna be cards in the meta that will say this card cannot be attached. Can't you can't attach the monster to an Xyz monster as a material. That's gonna be the only downside. And you could also lose tempo. So it's basically a double-edged sword, to be honest. Next up we have Midday Sentinel, which is a 6-star Earth Warrior with 2300 attack and 1500 defense. And actually has 2 effects. First effect says you can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap zone as a spell. During the standby phase of the next turn, after the set card was destroyed and sent to your grave, you can special summon this card, then destroy all cards your opponent controls in the same column as it. So this works perfect with the Mech Knight strategy where because it focuses mostly on columns and whatnot, this card could be useful with Mech Knights, which is pretty cool. Next up we have Mare of the Shore. Which is a 4-star water aqua with 1500 attack and 1600 defense. And it actually has 2 effects, and they're both once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 aqua monster from your deck to the grave, except this card. So it's basically like a Foolish Burial. Not too bad. During your end phase of during your end phase, you contribute this card, target 1 aqua monster in your grave, accept this card, add it to your hand. So it's basically Foolish Burial Monster Reincarnation, which is not too bad, but the only downside is that it's going to miss timing because as the last effect suggests, it says during your end phase you contribute this card. Then meaning once it resolves, then you'll be able to add the aqua monster back to your hand from the grave. So by this logic, it's basically a perfect Ash Blossom negate. This card can easily be negated by Ash Blossom because this card is going to miss timing, so you got to be careful with the Ash. You got to be careful with what deck you go up against with this card, because you might not win. That's just the only thing. There's a note that says mare. Here is mare as in Italian or Latin for ocean, as opposed to female horse. So that's pretty cool. Next up we have Yamatoku Orochi, which is a 1-star water sea serpent tuner with 0 attack and 800 defense, and it has 2 effects. First effect reads: if you use this card on the field as synchro material, you can treat it as a level A monster. Not bad. Perfect for the. It would be perfect for the Xyz plays, but it says if you use this card as synchro material, a synchro monster that uses this card as a material gains one of these effects based on its original level. 8 or less, it gains 800 attack and defense. 9 or more, if it attacks a defense-specific monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So not only is this a lightning blade, but it's also a matched sword base as well. So it's pretty cool. There's a note here that reads: this card's name is a pun on Yamatoku Orochi, the mythical Japanese 8-headed snake, and Taco, I believe is how it's pronounced. Octopus, the real 8-legged mollusk, I believe is how it's said. Next up, we have Entombing Casket Sarcophagus. I believe they're gonna use that name in the TCG, which is nuts. Which is a 4-star dark zombie with 0 attack defense, and the second effect is a once per turn. First effect reads: when this card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can take let me rephrase. When this card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster, and if you do, that monster becomes a zombie, and its attack and defense becomes 0. So it's kind of like a zombie world. So it's kind of like a snatch steal zombie world, basically, where you take one of your opponent's monsters, which is obviously the snatch steal effect, and then it has the zombie world effect, where you can turn that monster into a zombie, which is really cool. But again, timing, it will miss timing, so you got to be careful with that. When a zombie monster you control is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, and this card is in your grave, you can banish this card, take control of that opponent's monster, and it becomes a zombie. And so both of its effects basically have the snatch steal zombie world effect, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have Surprise Chain, which is a quick play spell. You can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Activate as Chain Link 2 or higher. Apply the following effects in order depending on the chain link number of this card. You cannot activate this card if multiple cards with the same name or the effects of such cards are already activated in that chain. 2 or more. Excavate a number of cards from the top of your deck equal to this card's chain link. Place them on top of your deck in any order. Send the top card of your deck to the grave. Draw 1 card. So 2 or more, excavate the number of cards and place them on top of your deck in any order. 3 or more, send the top card of your deck to the grave. 4 or more, draw 1 card. And there's a note here that says this card's name is a pun on supply chain. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny, but it's not too bad in effect. I mean, it can be used. It's not too bad, but at the same time, you could also minus off of it, especially by sending the top card of your deck to your grave. You can definitely neg from this card, but with the effect of drawing 1 card, you can also plus out of it. So it's kind of like it could be used as a 1-for-1, but it all depends on what deck you use the card in. Next up, we have Dream Pillow Parasomnia, which is an equip spell. Both of its effects are once per turn. During the end phase, you can activate this effect. Destroy the equipped monster. Yeah. If this card is sent to the grave as a result of the equipped monster being destroyed, you can special summon 1 Parasomnia token, which is a 1-star, 0 attack and defense, with the same original type and attribute, and attack as the monster that this card was equipped to, then equip this card to that token. So basically, it's a way to get a token on board. Perfect for the Link Karibo plays, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have Pawn Shop Ledger Book, which is a normal trap card, and the effect reads: target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls, banish them until the end phase, and your opponent gains 1,000 life points for each card removed from the field by this effect. What? I mean, it does have the Cyphering Lord Omega effect, sort of, but what the hell? That is like the most stupidest card I've ever seen. Your opponent gains 1,000 life points for each card removed. Your opponent is gaining 2,000 life points. Why would you want to do that? I don't have to say anything else, just why would you want to do that? Why? Simple. Next up, and then next up we have Vivid Tale, which is a normal trap card, and it has and both of its effects are a hard once per turn. Target 1 card you control, return it to the hand. That's the first effect. Basically, it's a compulse. Really cool. Really nice. Really is. It's a nice effect. Pretty cool. Second effect reads: if this card is in your grave, you can target 1 face-up card you control. Set this card to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. And if you do, return that face-up card to the hand. You cannot activate cards or effects of cards with the same name of the card returned to the hand for the rest of the turn. So it's a way to reset your board, so to speak, which is pretty nice. Next up, we have a new Albaz card, which is pretty cool. We have Alba Renatus, the Abyssal Dragon, which is an 8-star Dark Dragon fusion with 2,500 attack and defense, and it requires Fallen of Albaz and at least one or more dragon monsters. Cannot be used as fusion material, must be either fusion summon or special summon from your action deck by sending the above cards from other player's monster zone to the graveyard. So it's kind of like a, it's kind of like a Fortress Dragon. It's basically Fortress Dragon, but as a real dragon, which is pretty cool. It actually has 2 different effects. First effect reads, the first effect reads, this card can make a number of attacks on monsters each battle phase up to the number of materials used for its summon. Not too bad, not too bad. It's basically so it's a Fortress Dragon it's a Fortress Dragon Chimeric Over Dragon, where the Fortress Dragon effect is that it's from both fields. The Over Dragon effect is basically it can make multiple attacks during the battle phase, which is really good. The second effect reads, once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the grave because it was sent there this turn, you can add a Polymerization normal spell or Fusion normal spell from your deck to your hand, which it's kind of like a fusion stage, which is pretty cool. There's a note here that says Renatus is Latin for born again. Yes, especially in the spiritual sense, or to refer to one initiated to the mysteries, i.e., inner teachings of a religion. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then of course we also have the +1 bonus pack card, which I think is going to be the reprint of the set. And it's going to be Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, which is going to be really kind of an interesting one. I never thought that this card would ever get reprinted, because it was released in, I think, Clash of Rebellion, if I remember correctly. I think so. I think it was Clash of Rebellion, if I remember right. But that's gonna be the reprint set. That's going to be the reprint card. I'm assuming we might get that in the TCG, but I'm pretty sure we're not. But with that being said, Yu-Gi-Oh has collabed with Konami's Power Pros, and they released 2 cards. One is Dark Magician, and the other is Power Pro Lady Sisters, which is kind of a crazy one. So, Power Pro Lady Sisters is a 6-star Wind Wing Bees normal monster with 1950 attack and 2100 defense, and the flavor text reads, Three good friends from Power Pro, they dance gracefully onto the field with their passion for baseball. There are 3 of them. Hayakawa Aoi, the series' first female player. She's an underhand pitcher, and her signature move is the marine ball. She's Tachibana Mizuki's senpai, and of course Tachibana Mizuki. She's a tomboyish and spirited pitcher. Her signature move is the crescent moon. She loves pudding from the Power Canteen. Then of course, we have let's see what else. Rokuto Hijiri, I probably butchered these names. Shoutouts to them. I apologize if I butchered your names. I apologize. A catcher with an unmatched baseball talent. She's been best friends with Tachibana Mizuki since middle school. She loves the Kintsuba from the Power Canteen. The missions last from January 18th, which is today, after maintenance, to February 30th. You can get the cards on January 18th. After maintenance to February 10th at the select partner location. So that's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool that Power Pros are collabing with Yu-Gi-Oh. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If you guys want to check out the artworks for them, let's see. So here's the Dark Magician artwork. And I'll even scroll down as well on my laptop here. Hang on. There we go. And then of course there's the Lady Sisters card as well. I have to admit, the artworks look amazing. The artworks look amazing. I don't know if we're gonna get these in print in the TCG, but if we do, that would be amazing. That would be incredible. I don't even have the words for it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Saturday, I'm gonna talk about the new V-Jump card, and then of course the reprint and the new legacy cards from the historic archive collection. Most likely on Saturday. I might do it Sunday. It depends on what video you see during the weekend. But that brings me to the question of the day: what are your guys' thoughts on the set of Dimension Force? And what deck are you guys gonna play once this set comes out in the TCG? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which get posted every Tuesday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have any family you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.